good evening, everybody. Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, in Cardinal Ritter High School, where the Malden Greenway, the District 1 champions, traveled up, and we're going to play the District 2 champ, Cardinal Ritter Lions. I'm Thomas Jacobs.
And I'm Clyde Jacobs. Welcome you all here to a crispy Friday night football game.
Very much so.
Where this Cardinal Ritter will be going out and hosting the championship game here between the Cardinal Ritter Lions and the Malden Green Waves. Looking forward to a good game, Tommy.
I think it'll be a good game, too. Very good schools going at it. I look across the field. This Malden has really brought a good crew tonight. They have got the pep band. They got the pep club. A lot of parents. They've scattered up and down the sideline. I know you all can see them. Very proud of our Greenway. Very proud of our coaching staff. And we look for a very good game.
Yeah, you bet. We got a chance to visit just a little while earlier with some of the Greenway players, and I think they've come to town to do business.
I think that's right.
Yeah. They're rolling in. But in this Cardinal Ritter game here, the Cardinal Ritter team, very athletic team. It's very athletic school as far as that goes. But these Cardinal Ritter Lions led by Coach Roland Merriweather, assisted by Coach Quinn Bass Ellis and Coach White. In their regular season, even though it may be confusing that they ended their season with 3-6 and come out number one seed in this District 2, but the reason they were seeded number one and their losses came against much larger schools.
That's right.
Most all of their games that they play in this area, they have to play against Class 3 or Class 4 schools. Now, from what I understand, they're averaging about 27.1 games per game. Now, this is a very young Cardinal Ritter team, even though they've been pretty successful. There's only 8 seniors on this team that I believe has a roster of about 42 players. They won their District 2 championship by defeating Grandview 62-0. And also they defeated Cuba, which was supposed to be a good game, 46-28. And then last week they beat Herculaneum 44-23. Or 22, I'm sorry. They're led by a 165-pound senior running back by the name of Jalen McLemore, and he also plays defensive back. And also by Naeem Moore, a 6 foot, 200-pound junior. Last week against Herculaneum, he run for 222 yards, scored 3 touchdowns, and had 1 touchdown from a pass reception. So they can go to the air or they can go to the ground, either one. Quarterback by a 5'9", 150-pound senior, Terrell West, and he also plays some defensive. And from what we understand, what we've heard of him, this young man can run as well as pass the ball. So anyway, Tommy, this team, like we say, has lost most of their game against teams like John Burroughs, who is the Class 3 champion that'll be playing against Park Hills tomorrow. St. Francis Borgia, Class 4 champions, and they were beat last week, and I don't remember who they were beat, but they finished their regular season 8-1. Their kicker, that we'll be seeing some of him, he's a 220-pound freshman that is supposed to be pretty talented, by the name of Donnell Sharp. So we're looking forward to a good matchup here tonight between the Cardinal Ritter Lions and this Malden Green Wave team.
That's exactly right. It looks like the Greenway have taken the field, and the Greenway come into this ball game Class 1 champion at a 12-0 record. They went through their district, but they defeated Charleston, Hayti, and Crothersville. They are led by senior running back Draymond Robinson. Robinson has 1,524 rushing yards. He's averaging 12.5 yards per carry. Last year, Draymond had over 2,200 yards, but this year, with the margin of Malden Draymond hardly played but a half. Most of Malden starters were pulled at half at every game but about 3, and they played and were pulled at the end of the third quarter. Draymond has scored 33 touchdowns in the year, and he has picked off 5 passes and ran 4 of them back for touchdown. He has created several, fumbles, and I think there's 5 unassisted and recovered 3 of them. And he's also in the backfield will be a very speedy, very athletic Cortez. Dobbins Cortez has 1,206 total yards with 24 touchdowns. And we also have in the receivers Jeremy Jones and Parker McCormick. And on defense, we've got a fine player in Shaheen Perkins. Robinson's a major factor on the defense as well. He has 75 unassisted tackles, 23 of them for loss. And like I say, he had 5 fumbles. He forced, recovered 2 of them, and he's picked off the passes. Also, junior linebacker Nick Thompson. He leads the team with 80 tackles, 31 for a loss, 7 sacks, 5 picks. He also ran 4 of those picks back for touchdown. Our quarterback, junior Chapin Robinson, in his 3rd year starting, he has 1,142 passing yards, 22 touchdowns with only 1 interception. On defense, we got Big Cordero Clark, JaVale Cooper, Omar Bradley, D. Triplett, Nate Patillo, just to name a few, Stanley, and Andrew Collier. Malden's just got a fine group, senior-led Malden Greenway.
Tommy, the captains have taken the field for the coin toss. On the Cardinal Ritter side, we have number 72, Merriweather, a 235-pound junior, and number 9, Moore, 200-pound junior, and number 50, Butler, and I don't have any more information on him, as well as number 2, Price, who is an 180-pound senior.
Malden Greenway, the captains are Draymond Robinson, and I can't see, I know JaVale Cooper's out there, and I can't see the rest of them from here. We're a pretty good ways off, but we're about ready for the playing of the national anthem. But before we do, let me try to pick out those other captains for the Greenway. We want everybody to know all buses from Malden has arrived safely. Pep Club, the band, and what a good group of adults.
I tell you, Tommy, that you look across there at that Malden crowd. I tell you, Malden's got a crowd. They brought a crowd to St. Louis. They came to do business.
Malden, as we said earlier, coached by Joel Watts, head coach Kevin Collier, Andy Matthews, Brian Vint, and Coach Paul Arnold. So we got a good group, and I'm going to get you the other starters. Got 56, that's JaVale Robinson, and we got Serge Dremaine, and number 30, Nick Thompson, and that's Stanley, the other captain. So we're about ready for some football. There's 6 seconds to go. We're going to have playing of the national anthem, and we'll break, and we'll be back after the anthem. Well, we're about ready for some state quarterfinal action tonight.
I tell you what, this is an exciting night. This is football weather.
Sure is.
You know, we'd be a lot more comfortable if it's 50 or 60 degrees, but there's just something about when this cold wind starts to blow, the football game's more real. And I don't know. You just sit here and you look across at these kids. The Friday night lights on, crowds are gathering, all the excitement. You watch these kids, and I'm going to tell you, this is two good schools.
Sure is.
We have been up here working with this Cardinal Ritter school for the last week, trying to get some wiring done and all. Boy, this is an outstanding school. The hospitality's been unbelievable. So
doesn't get any better, does it?
Oh man, and we just can't say enough about
exactly
how
right.
the administration, the coaches, the administrative activities director, everyone's just went out of their way to do anything they could. So
You couldn't ask for a nicer fella than Willie Ash.
oh man.
Well,
We
it looks like
appreciate
the Greenway is going to receive, and Cardinal Ritter's back to kick. We got Draymond Robinson. We got Cortez Dobbins back there, and it looked like Jeremy Jones, and a nice kick. It's taken by an up man. That's number 2, Parker McCormick. He takes it down to the right. He has a little seam. He breaks loose.
He's
and
on
he
it down the
He's
side.
on, and he goes into the line territory before he is pushed out of bounds, and boy, the Green Wave crowd come alive.
Yeah, I believe he got down about the 40-yard line before somebody pushed him out of bounds. Looked for a minute there. He was going all the way down that sideline.
Sure did. We want to thank Rick and Kim Allen for their helping bring this broadcast tonight. Rick and Kim at Rick's Hair World. Thank you very much. Rick and Kim going to be grandparents here about the 16th, the day after tax season. Rick said to be sure to tell everyone he's going to have a granddaughter, and I know they'll be good grandparents. As Chapin Riley brings them up, we got Thompson and Robinson in the backfield. There's a handoff to Draymond. He brings it around the left. He's what speed, and he gets about a 5. Looks like he might have gained about 4 yards.
Well, they said earlier about they stepped out of bounds about the 50-yard line on that return a while ago, so wasn't quite as far as that. But Draymond picked us up another 5 there.
Tell you what, Cardinal Ritter's got some Cardinal Ritter. I'm sorry, got some fast kids. They closed that gap pretty hurry because you better get over there.
Yeah.
Draymond get away from you around that curve.
Yeah, they closed it up quicker than we expected. It's a little quicker than Malden seen.
Sure has. We got the same backfield with Thompson. They give it to Thompson up the middle. He gets a big gain. He may go. No, they run him down about. Looks like about the 30-yard line. What a nice pickup, first down, Greenway.
I tell you what, that number 7 on Cardinal Ritter, we were told earlier that he's quick, and he did. He come in there and got a hold of it quick. So they got a little speed on their side too.
Yes, they have. We also want to thank Jimmy James from Blackwell Chevrolet Buick GMC. Jimmy's always ready to help the young people. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody's help to make this broadcast possible here tonight. Here we another handoff. I couldn't tell who took that.
They got that to Draymond, and they shut Draymond down. I'd say they watched a little film
They
on
watched
Draymond
the films
Robinson.
on Draymond. Yeah.
And they're doing a good job tackling Draymond. They've been taught how to tackle. You tackle Draymond high, he's got he's strong, and he's got a low center of gravity, but a high level of energy.
Yeah, when he's you see him through the season, they tackle him high. He just turns and keeps moving. But they've either studied the film or been well coached. Get him low.
We got Cortez Dobbins in the backfield, and we're going to have a flag, and I think we may have penalty against the Greenway, and that's going to back them up. We had movement on the line.
They've been moving, yeah.
Kevin Collier won't like that. He'll have a talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Los Brises in Malden also helped bring in this. Gustavo and the gang wishes the Greenway good luck tonight and the rest of the season. Gustavo and those guys out at Los Brises, very good to help any student around Malden High School and the Malden area.
That Gus down at Los Brises there, anything you go in and talk to him about, if it involves young people, he'll help.
You bet. Sure will. Well, Riley's second down and 13 as Riley backs to pass. He's looking down.
He's looking
got
downfield.
a man open.
He's got him wide. Touchdown, Malden.
Parker McCormick. What a throw. What a nice catch by Parker.
Oh, that was a pretty play.
Well, Parker ran on that beautiful pass.
He
by
laid it out
Chapin.
in that air. Parker turns, and it was right there.
Very nice play. We also want to thank the Booster Club and Blackwell Chevrolet Buick GMC. Thanks, Chris Belcher.
So we have the Green Wave touchdown on the first possession of the game. So
That's
good
a
way to start it off.
the game. Good way to start it. Chapin, now they switch. They're going to go for two. Chapin comes up under center. He's got Cortez in the backfield. He kicks it to Cortez. Cortez tries to turn the corner, and he gets in for
I believe he got it. He's got it.
Two.
Yep, 2 points.
Dobbins converts the 2 point. That brings the Greenway 8. Cardinal Ritter 0.
Early lead there for the Green Waves, 8-0. So
We'll want to read some more of our good sponsors. Harry Blackwell in Malden has one of the best selections of new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC vehicles in stock. They all have an amazing used car inventory. You can shop from the comforts of your home at Harry Blackwell Chevrolet by getting on harryblackwellchevrolet.com. Join the Harry Blackwell family. You'll be glad you did. Thank you, folks of Harry Blackwell. And we also want to thank Cecil Weeks from Quality Center, 50 to 60% off Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. Also buys on Malden
Sears.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It's got it written on Cecil Weeks up here, so I just said it was Malden Sears. And Scott McMillan will be after me.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm sorry. That is
Cecil appreciate it.
Yeah, Cecil like that. At 50 to 60% off. We'll get back with it. That Chapin puts a foot in it. It's taken, and he brings it upfield, takes it up the middle, and he's surrounded by the Greenway. At 50 to 60% off at Malden Sears on Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. As buys on laundry and appliances, ovens. They will be open Thanksgiving night all day and up until 11 o'clock at night, and that's a Thursday, and on Friday from 7 to 7 p.m. That is the Malden Sears store.
Tommy Cardinal Ritter takes over on the return to the 35-yard line. So the handoff there to McLemore. He's caught in the backfield.
Nowhere to go,
And
number
swarmed by
44.
that Greenway.
Number 44 for the Greenway brings him down. That is D. Triplett, the freshman. D's a 6 foot, 275-pound freshman.
And that number 7 is the one that we were told that's their speedster. And so with first handoff to him, he's caught in the backfield.
Triplett, what a fair athlete he's going to be. He's already a good player. He's going to just get better.
So Cardinal Ritter faced with a 2 and 15 here. They're down under center.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere
the
to
Greenway
go.
stopped that
Yeah,
run.
he caught again in the backfield.
Number 30, Nick Thompson.
I tell you what, that Green Wave is, they're fired up.
They are. They find if it's a team. Nick Thompson's a 5'11", 220-pound junior. Third and 15.
Third down and a little over 15. So two handoffs, and they've lost yardage both times.
He's back to pass. He has a man, and incomplete pass, and it was covered by Stanley, by Jermaine Robinson, and closing quickly was Thompson. So
I tell you, that Green Wave is swarming that ball.
They sure are. That's going to bring up 4th and 15, and Donnie Jenkins from Malden, we appreciate him, Texas. He said he's listening in. Everything sounds good. Thank you, Donnie. Cardinal Ritter back to punt. We have Jeremy Jones back to receive. Jeremy's also quick, very athletic. Almost blocked, and they get the punt off. Jeremy gets away from it. Takes a
pretty good bounce for the Green Wave.
That's right. Going to start on about the
40-yard line.
Close to the 40. Yeah, that's right. Malden Boosters also help sponsor it. They're proud to sponsor this broadcast. The Boosters would like to thank all their sponsors who donate their time and contributions to make the Greenway football experience one that the players will never forget. Thank you to the Boosters of Malden.
So 3 and out for the Lions, and the Cardinals in the Green Wave take. They're about to catch him.
They're
in the
about to get
backfield.
Jeremy Jones. He reverses field, and they're going to throw him for a big loss.
Yeah,
Jeremy had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
He brought it over to the left side, and then he tried to turn it back. And good coverage by the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are covering. They're doing good. They got a pretty quick defense.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
That's going to back the Greenway up
To about the 25.
as they say.
26.
Want to be second in forever.
Yeah. Yeah, second in a lot.
Yes, that's right.
One of the ladies from Cardinal Ritter just looked up and said, second in a lot.
That's right. And we give it around. Look like that's Cortez Dobbins goes out and almost gets to the first down
He
marker.
almost got it.
And one person to beat, and Cortez picked up several yards. Robert Ison, the high school assistant principal, said he's watching in, looking good, sounding good. Thank you, Robert. Robert and Elena Ison, very good people.
Cortez picked up about 15 or so on that run.
Sure did.
So brought us in with 3rd and 4.
It's Cortez Dobbins quick.
Yes, he is. Give him a step. He's gone.
We got a full backfield. There's the handoff. Looks like Draymond, and boy, they have stacked Draymond up, if that's who I think it is.
Yeah, they're all over here.
There's that Nick. I believe that's Nick Thompson. I tell you, that middle of that line is tough.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're going to have to get around them.
They're not letting you run up the middle there. Got my great nephew up here tonight, Ken Jacobs. He's here helping us out. We certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, he and Ashton, his brother, come up to watch this playoff game or this championship game. Got a timeout on the Greenway.
He was trying to draw him off with 4th down with 4 to go, and so I think the Greenway may kick it away. We'll be back after this to Cardinal Ritter.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing urea. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
Well, we're back at Cardinal Ritter. We want to thank the Sears store of Malden. And remember, they have 50 to 60% off of Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. They have hot buys on laundry and appliances, and they're going to be open Thanksgiving night, 7 to 11, and Friday morning, 7 to 7 p.m. at night. There's a handoff. Thompson picks up the first down.
I tell you, that 4 in the field, and 4 and 4th. 4th and 4, and they went for it.
Yeah,
so that says a lot for the confidence coach got in that backfield.
Sure does. Big Nick Thompson just went through that line and picked up that first down for the Greenway. Ball on the 50-yard line. So far, the Greenway's really not had too much trouble moving the ball.
No, they've moved by just that one little hiccup back there, but they recovered from that, and so they're moving right on.
Riley under center. He puts Jeremy Jones in motion, but then he hands off to Nick Thompson. Nick picks up about 8 yards.
Yeah, Nick got close to that first down marker.
And Nick is tough now. He'll bust through that line. He's very athletic, very strong, and one of the best young men you'll run across. All these young men from Malden, good young men.
You know, that's what makes it so nice. Just like we were in the cafeteria in the locker room this afternoon working on some stuff and got to visit with some of Cardinal Ritter's players. Man, these are courteous young men,
yes.
just as nice and polite. So we wish everyone the best.
You
of course,
betcha.
we're pulling for the Waves, which we should be. And the Waves look like they've got it together. Here we go again.
There's Draymond, and he gets around, and he may have got the first down. But, you know, they are keying on Draymond Robinson.
You know, they're keying on him, but I was just sitting here and just watched him down that line. They had him, and he just spun and turned and went on and went after him and picked up that first down. Well, they call it 3-1.
From here, it looks like they could, but that's a pretty good ways out there, that field, from where we're broadcasting from. So
Yeah, it's hard to tell just exactly.
4:40
We're looking
to
through
go.
glasses too.
Yeah, that's right. I would say, as I said, they have been watching some film on Draymond Robinson, but they hadn't held him back yet. He'll break loose here before long. Jeremy Jones in motion. Now he stops. It's hand off to Draymond, and he picks up
Yeah, he got
a
it.
first down plus about 4.
He's still going to be their go-to guy.
Sure is.
He's carrying, and like you say, they definitely waiting on him. They're going to try to stop him tonight. They're not going to let Draymond beat them.
That's right. They're going to make someone else beat. But the Green Wave got some other players that'll step up like they have all year, and they will. They'll carry the load, and they'll get the attention off of Draymond. Pretty soon he'll be in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be looking at Draymond. They'll hand it off to Jones or Nick or Cortez or somebody, and they'll wonder where it went.
We got 2 receivers out to the left as they hand it off to Draymond, and he's starting to pick up, and he gets loose. They had him, and he broke loose for about 3 more. So he's starting to come around.
Yeah, they can't stop. They're grabbing him, and he's getting loose from that first tackle. Just don't bring him down.
It sure doesn't. Talked to Draymond before the game. He was up here. Always a pleasure to talk to that young man.
Nice young man.
Sure is.
And of course, they're excited.
Oh yeah.
This whole area down in southeast Missouri is excited for this team and pushing for them. They represent not only that team, they represent the school, the city, that area of southeast Missouri down there.
Nick Thompson takes it. Looked like he might have picked up a couple yards. You know that down in that area, that good Crothersville football team has really owned that district for several years. They've sent Malden home, a runner-up, and rightfully so. They were a better team in those years. Malden, this was their year, and it just reversed. They played Crothersville in the championship game. Malden came out on top, and so Crothersville really represented that area for several years. Now the Green Wave is going to pick it up this year and represent it.
You bet.
There's a pass out to the right, and I guess
Down he
Shane
goes.
Perkins is
He's in the end
going to go into the end zone.
Touchdown, Nick Perkins. Isn't that Nick?
Shane, I can't see it. Was it 20?
No, that's not Nick.
That might be Jeremy Jones.
It's hard for
20.
us to see. We're getting reflection out of this glass that we're looking through here.
Jeremy Jones.
Jeremy Jones.
And
Jeremy Jones.
Jeremy's
Touchdown.
done that a lot this year. Touchdown Green Wave 14-0. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter as the Green Wave will probably go for 2 again. Parker McCormick going out to the right, and we've got Jeremy Jones to the left, and we got Robinson in the backfield, and there's a nice pass. They got it in. 2-point conversion. Good. Nick Thompson with the catch, bringing it 16-0. 2:55 to go in the first quarter.
And the Green Waves are carrying a 16-0.
What is that? R&A? We want to thank R&A Computers in Malden, Missouri, Richie Jones and his wife for helping with our line we had to run. We had to run a long ways. Thanks, Richie, and R&A Computers there in Malden. They had a son last year that played, got injured. Always a pleasure to watch him. He was fine money. Gunner Jones.
Yeah.
And Gunner's in college now. We miss Gunner, and we thank you, Richie, for that.
Gunner's another one of them young men that you're just proud to got to know.
That's exactly right.
But they kick off, and they took it on about the 25-yard. Cardinal Ritter comes up, and he turns it back to, I believe, about the 35 to 40-yard line. But you were talking about that RNA furnished net. It took a lot of hands to get this broadcast tonight.
Oh, it sure did.
RNA helped out with the line. We got Tyler up here. We came up a couple times, and the cooperation of this Cardinal Ritter staff up here helped us to make this possible, and we appreciate it.
Sure did. And I tell you what, it's a pleasure to sit up here and do these ball games for these high school people, and you know they work so hard to represent their school, their community, their family, and themselves. There's a hand up the middle. He's tripped up far. I don't think he picked up but maybe about a yard. Again, we want to thank the Malden football boosters for all they do for the Malden football team and for helping bring this broadcast. Ritter comes up to the line.
It's 2nd and 9, so they picked up a yard on that play.
Ours about the biggest gain. He lacked about a yard short of the first down marker. Pretty good pickup for number 9.
That's Moore.
Moore. That's
He's the one
man.
that picked up all that yardage last week against Herculaneum.
Sure did.
I believe that's the first run he's made tonight.
I think that's right. I think that's the first time he's touched the ball. Well, I think he touched it. I think he got sacked. Or got brought down in the backfield, I should say. 3rd and 1. As the Greenway needs to stop here, they're keep them on their side of the field. Again, I was looking across at all the fans scattered across on the Greenway side. What a following. Oh, they had a run for him. Got a big Nick Thompson brought him down.
Yeah.
What a stud that Thompson is.
Yeah, he lost about 3 on that run.
It's going to bring up 4th and
about 3 or 4.
I think so. They've got 4th and 1 on the clock, but they're 4th and 3, they say.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the Greenway. They have a fine defensive line.
I tell you what, I've heard a lot of them talk about who they played against, that they hit about as hard as you'll get hit.
That's exactly right. Big Omar Bailey out there. They put a man in motion. And they get snap, and he's brought down. And I don't think he...
I don't think he gained anything.
I don't think he did either. I think that maybe the snap might have got away from him a little bit. Nene. I know Miss Shell Holloway's listening back in Malden tonight. We have our cousin Nene in here, and as right now with the Greenway up 16-0, she's not smiling as big as she was earlier. Nene, you want to say hello to Shell?
Hey, Nate. How you doing?
That's another fine person works here at Cardinal Ritter. We certainly appreciate her along with everyone else. Lake said Ayers Chapin gets the ball, and he's back to look to pass, and they sack him back there. Good defense by the Lions. How are you?
Right there is a good thing. Their Lions are behind 16-0. They sack him in the backfield. 2 of their players reach down and help him up.
That's right.
That's what you like to see.
You bet. That's going to throw the Greenway back pretty good with that loss.
Going to make them a 2nd and 17.
I think that's going to run out the
end
of the
they're
first
run
quarter.
out the
Greenway
clock,
hurry up to the line. I think they're going to try to get it all. 5 seconds to go. Riley takes it, kicks it out to Cortez Dobbin. Cortez gets around the left side, picks up the first down. One man to beat. They put it out of bounds.
1 man.
Nice pickup by Cortez. That'll bring us to end of the first quarter on that 5 run by Dobbins. And we'll be back at Cardinal Ritter after this.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
Well, after 1, it's the Malden Greenway 16, the Lions of Carter Ritter 0. We're about ready for second quarter football. Both teams, I tell you what, you got to give both these teams credit. These young men out there playing very hard on this cold night. You know that ground is hard and cold.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. Old Cortez is coming down that sideline right there.
Oh,
One step kept him out of the end zone, and one guy just bumped him and caused him to step out right there. But he was headed for the end zone. I thought he had it.
I thought he did. Cortez gets a step on you. He's hard to. You better get an angle because he's hard to catch from the back.
And that one player come across and just bumped him enough to get him out.
We're going to Riley under center as he gets the snap. He hands off. Looks like two. Robinson, he picks up a pretty good. Yeah, looked like might have picked up 7, 8 yards on that.
Good run. Robinson's beginning to settle in there and get it together now.
Looks like they're going to be second and.
Yeah, let's see what they're showing.
Second one.
Second one. Would you say this is a Robinson run?
I'd say a Nick Thompson or a Robinson. Riley hands off, gives it to Robinson. He gets the first down, and then he stopped. Good defense by the Lions.
I tell you, Robinson's hard to bring down.
Hard.
He just doesn't go down.
You're going to give him. He's going to get positive yardage.
Yeah. They hit him 2 or 3 times. Now that Cardinal defense is pretty strong right there in the center.
It sure are.
But Robinson's running right at him.
You know, just standing as far as we are, that middle of that line, they got some big cats in there.
Yes, they have. I was looking down their roster. They got some big boys on that line. But I tell you what, that offensive line of Malden, they can open that line up. They can open up a hole for them guys to get through.
They're strong. That Malden line is strong. There's a give to Robinson. He fakes to the inside. He breaks it to the outside. Looked like he may go. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Malden.
Malden. I knew that you gave him a step, and he could hit that line, bounce off, and he took it to the end zone. As they say, he took it to pay dirt.
Yeah, he definitely did. Well, you knew he was going to get in that end zone any minute.
Yeah, you're not going to keep him down all night long. He's too good an athlete.
Yeah.
And not only just him, Malden's loaded with football players. These players played together since junior high, the majority of them, and they're, you know, they play hard. They're good kids, good students, and they just done some special things this year.
This whole team, those kids are close.
Yes, they are.
They're close to one another. Good. Here we go.
And that's going to be Cortez Dobbins. I believe they've stopped him this time, just short of the conversion.
He looked like his 1 foot slipped just a little. He lost footing just a bit.
But that brings it to Greenway 22, the Lions 0, as the Greenway will kick off to the Lions. The Lions just hadn't really been able to get anything going offensively yet. But they will, they're as athletic as they are. They can break loose at any time. And again, we want to thank all the people. I want to thank Rick Allen at Rick's Hair World, Jimmy James out at Blackwell Chevrolet Buick GMC, Los Breezes. Thank them, and it's just so good that people will come around and help when you ask them to. Anything for the young people. And we got to give old Scott McMillan and them down there at Malden Sears for the things they do. And we got our buddy up here, Mr. Willie Ash, has come up. He's a student activity director. It's always good to talk to Willie.
Willie's been a big help to us up here this week
has.
to get this Lions run, get our hookups that we needed, anything he could do.
Well, he kind of got a bad kickoff that time. It's taken, and somebody brought him down. I believe that Cheyenne Perkins got back there and stopped that. He got in there and knocked his legs off from under him. That could have been some big gain.
That could have been some big gain.
Sure
He's down about the 40-yard line.
It sure is. At Malden Booster Club. No, he's all right. Malden Booster Club. We certainly appreciate them. Can't do enough for the young people. Harry Blackwell, Buick Chevrolet GMC. Shop Harry Blackwell at harryblackwell.com. And there's a handoff to number 9. Looks like he might have gained 3 or 4 yards before he's brought down by, looks like, JaVale Cooper. And number 70, Cordero Clark. KC, they call him.
KC.
Harry Blackwell has a large selection of new and used cars, friendly staff, great service department. 2nd and 6 for the Ritter Lions. They have
He's
a man
back to pass.
he
Incomplete.
passed just under, and that quarterback was fixing to get hit. I think he wanted to rush that pass.
He had to rush that pass.
That defensive line busted through there with JaVale Cooper, and we got D Triplet. Very, very strong young men on that line.
If he hadn't got that pass off when we did, he was really getting ready to get nailed.
Sure was, because those linebackers and Thompson and all right, there's a handoff. He tries to cut it up the middle, and as I started to say, McLemore tried to get up through there, and Draymond Robinson and Thompson and Crew stopped that, bringing a 4th down and 6. Looks like they may
Looks
be
like they're
going
going
to
to go for it.
And really down 22-0 with just under 10 minutes to go in the half. You know, you can't blame them. They need to get something positive going. Put a man in motion, and they hand off. And looks like he's going to get the first down.
I believe he's going to get it.
Drive by number 9. Is that Moore?
No. Yeah.
And Shane Perkins was in on the tackle, but not before they pick up the first down.
Yeah, that was Naeem Moore made that run.
Ritter is moving the ball a little better this time as they put a man in motion, and they hand off to the first man up the middle, and they gain, look like about 7 yards on the carry. So they found something they like.
Yeah, they've changed something up there that they're trying. It's casing Malden off just a little bit. Malden's going to have to do some adjustment.
Exactly right. They're moving the ball better this time. You know, they're looking pretty good. Anyway, he needs to tighten that defense.
Got a
And
man
there's
in
another
motion.
play,
Another
Moore, and he
handoff.
breaks the tackle. Looks
I'll
like
tell you, Moore is,
he's
he broke the first tackle, but the second one got him.
exactly what kind of brought him down. Moore's just kind of putting him on his back, saying, I'm going to try to get us in the end zone.
Yeah, he seems to be getting a little second wind here.
Sure does. By the way, I was talking to Jimmy James. He's one of our sponsors tonight. I talked to him out here earlier. Jimmy made the trip up to watch the Greenway. He has a grandson. That's the freshman junior varsity backup quarterback for the varsity. McLemore brought down
on that run.
by number 6, Draymond Robinson. Malden's junior varsity this year had a pretty good season. They were undefeated. They played 4 games. 2 of the schools canceled on them, you know, but they had a pretty good season. So they've got something coming up. Ben Owens was a quarterback, done a nice job along with the rest of the underclassmen. A lot of those junior varsity players getting a lot of playing time on Friday night, and that's just because of their hard work and dedication.
You know, I don't know, has this varsity team played any 4 quarters this season?
No, they played at the start, usually at half. Early in the season, he would pull them, and you know, he got a lot of criticism for running the score up. Well, I don't know what else he could do. You know, he pulled them after the third on about every other game. And you know, it's kind of a no-win situation.
Yeah.
If you leave your starters in, they complain that you run the score up, and you know, and that's not the way it's been. Malden's been ahead a lot of times at halftime, 50-0 on some teams.
Yeah, you put your JV in and they score.
Sure. And
So, like you say, there's a no-win. If you leave them in, somebody gets hurt, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you take them out, you're in trouble. So, I think Coach White's done a good job
I
on it.
think he has too. A lot of people want to criticize Joel White, but a lot of teams would like to have him on their sideline.
I promise you.
We're going to have 4th and 1 as the Lions are going to go for it, and I don't blame them by the way they've been moving the ball this series.
Yeah, this series they've been moving along pretty good. They should be able to pick this 1 yard up.
I want to say hello to her sister, Jo Everett, down in Campbell, listening by the internet tonight and watching. And I don't
believe she got
believe
it.
he might have got. Do you think he got it?
I don't believe he did.
Boy, if he got it's awful close. Draymond reaches down to help the Ritter player up. I like to see that. And it's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
And I think they're going to give it to him. And at first
Yep,
down,
they did.
Cardinal Ritter. First and 10. The ball on the Green Wave 34, and this is the deepest they've been into Green Wave territory all night long. Green Wave smelling that touchdown. And now, smelling that sack this time. Looks like they're going to bring everybody.
Here they come. No, they backed up.
Well, they're as they say, they're keeping Malden's, by moving the ball like they are, they're keeping that high-powered offense on the sideline. You know, if you're not on the sideline, you can't score.
That's right.
But we've had a lot of people, if you go back to past, like Shaheem Perkins and Jeremy Jones, you throw it back there, Parker McCormick, they'll pick it off and they'll run it back on you.
I think they're waiting on him to wind up here in a minute and throw one down that sideline, and they're looking for it.
Yeah, that's right. Put a man in motion. The quarterback has second man through. Looks like he gained a couple of yards, and he's going to bring it. They are moving the ball pretty good this time. You got to give them credit for that.
McLemore and Moore is their two runners that's picked up most of their yardage.
We got D. Triplett was going to go out. Coach said, no, stay in there. He pulls out Stanley and Perkins.
So they picked up 2 on that one, so it's 3rd down and 8.
They need a good defensive stand this time. They hand it. Here comes around the left side. He gets some room and looks like he got some pretty good positive yards. It looked like he might have picked up the first down.
If he's not, he's close. Yeah, he got it. Well, they're moving the ball now,
They sure
so
are.
That's 2 first downs. So they're on the march.
You know, we have some guys that text us early and called us that are in the deer woods and said, would you all please text us a score at halftime? They may be deer hunting, but their heart's with the Greenway.
Yeah.
Moore takes the ball.
Takes
He
it
may
in.
get in for a touchdown, but he might have just pulled up short, but he got
He's close.
This Moore's kind of come alive. This
Yeah,
kid
that's another first down. Now, this is a young man, this Moore and that McLemore both. They say you give them a step,
Yeah.
they're gone.
And they are. They're very quick.
We've seen that on this series right here. They march right on down the field.
Got a text from James. He said, Joe Everett's not the only one watching, so is the corner. Glad you tuned in, James. Good to see you, my friend. And we put a man in motion. There's a handoff, and they're seeing Moore. Looks like he may go into the end zone. Draymond Robinson stops him just at the 1 yard.
Oh, it's a fumble.
Fumble, Greenway.
Greenway recovered
up.
the
I
fumble
believe
on
that
the 1
is-
yard line.
Who is at number 60 for the Greenway. Right on the 1 yard line. And
He was headed for the
he
end
sure
zone.
was.
That
You know,
number 60 from Malden, Terrell
Terrell Ball.
Balls. Yeah.
Nice defense.
Knocked
by
that
the
ball
Green
loose
Wave.
and recovered.
Green Wave got about 99 yards to go to a touchdown. We got 5:40 to go in this half. But, you know, the Green Wave made a stand, and you got to give Cardinal Ritter credit.
Yes.
They were moving the ball very well.
They marched it down the field. They had a good series there, and it's almost a shame to see something that happen to anyone. But that sure leaves the Green Wave deep. And
There you go. Oh, Jermaine. I thought he had broke that
Yeah,
one, but
yeah.
that is number 30. That's Nick Thompson.
Yeah, I thought he was gone. I tell you what, Cardinal Ritter does have some boys that can run you down.
They sure do. We got a text. I think these are from the Reeves deer hunting camp. It said, you all are sounding good, and we are watching on an iPhone from the deer camp. That's loyalty. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it very much.
I hope they don't get hurt. I hope a deer don't run through the camp.
I do too. We got a handoff, and Looks like Nick takes the hand off, and he's still
I
fighting.
look at that
And
young
look at
man
him
go.
You're not going to just grab him. You better grab him. Him legs never stop churning.
So he's out, I believe, to about the 25, I believe around 25-yard line.
We want to say hello to Ronnie Reeves' brother, listed down in Georgia. That's what's so good about streaming on that internet. You get people that can watch it, are from Malden, living out of state. And so, Reeves, we certainly appreciate it very much. And Ronnie's here, behaving for a change, sitting over there. He's cold, I'm warm. I like it. There's Jermaine Robinson. He takes it around, and
he's
shakes
coming
a tap.
around. Oh, and he slipped.
But for a big gain.
He tried to make a cut there, and his feet slid out from under him. That field must be a little bit wetter and slicker than it looks like from up here.
I think it is.
Because if he had made that cut, he was headed to the end zone.
He sure was.
So Malden takes, let's see, they're up to about the 40-yard line of Cardinal Ritter.
James Powell. I'm really glad old James Powell's tuned in tonight watching this ball game. There's Jermaine. They've got him sacked up again, but not before he gains a couple of, maybe 1 yard. But they're keying on him. You can tell that they've watched a lot of film on the Greenway.
Yeah, that's the one they're keying on. Well, I tell you what, it's a cold night in St. Louis play football, but it's awfully warm and nice standing in this press box.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, this is all right.
Couple old guys like us, our bones need to stay.
Yeah,
like that.
take your coat
Sure.
off, lay it back there on the floor, and just relax.
Got a call coming in from Donnie Jenkins. I'll have to put that on hold for a while. As we get, is that Cortez break
I think
loose?
that's Cortez Dobbins. Cortez Dobbins takes that little pass and gets it out to about the 45-yard line before he's brought down. So Malden is just moving it right on down the field. They've done an awfully good job running, and Riley will slip a pass in there once in a while for some pretty good gain. So Malden looks like they're pretty much in control of everything right now. Leading 22-0 in 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the second quarter.
There's a handoff, and Nick Thompson spins and picks up about 4, 5, 6 yards. Got a call from Donnie Jenkins about it. Now I didn't get to my phone, so sorry about that, Jinx. Malden leading 22-0 with 2:50 to go in this half.
I believe it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Green Wave. So they're moving that thing from the 1-yard line, 99 yards downfield, so before they can get that thing into the end zone. But they're moving it.
Sure are. Jerry and James Reeves in the Deerwoods listening. We certainly appreciate that and watching. As Chapin, he's back to pass. He's looking, he is hit, and he gets rid of the ball. But the defensive player got there, and Chapin had to get rid of that ball.
That's about the first time they really put any pressure on him tonight.
Sure is.
But they did get through, and he had to throw it a little quick. And luckily, no one was out there that could have picked that off. So we're 3rd and 2 for the Malden Green Wave.
And we're going to have Chapin going to operate out of the shotgun. Jeremy Jones in motion. He hands off to Robinson as he breaks through, spins, and still on his feet, and that's the Draymond Robinson we know.
He broke through 2 tackles and picked up about 6 or 7 yards after he was tackled.
Sure, he never stops. He looks so small, but boy, he is so strong. Draymond Chip Robinson.
On the 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
This game's going relatively fast.
Yes, it is.
1st and 10, another first down, and they hand off Jeremy Jones. Jeremy gets a nice hole, bust through it. He may
he's
go the end zone.
touchdown.
Touchdown, Jeremy Jones.
Yeah.
That's what the Green Wave can do.
Yeah.
They've got so many weapons. You don't pay any attention. You start keying on certain plays, then you got somebody like Jeremy Jones jumps up there. He's got speed. He's very athletic. He takes it to the house.
Well, Draymond Robinson, they keep handing him, they keep keying on him, then all of a sudden they'll drop it off out there to Jones or Nick, or Cortez will break loose, throw a little pass. He'll flip a pass in there once in a while, so he can really mix it up.
Sure can.
It's just hard to cover that.
Looks like the Green Wave may go for two. 28-0. Green Wave going to try to make it 30-0 with a minute 42 go in this half. And looks like the Green Wave going to take a timeout and talk about it. And we'll be back after this.
Stop by and visit the new Las Brisas restaurant on Business 25 in Malden. They've expanded to provide you with the most authentic Mexican experience. Try their daily lunch specials. You won't beat these prices. $4.99 fajita special on Tuesday, $2.99 Speedy Gonzalez on Wednesday, and $4.99 chimichanga special on Friday. Dine in or carry out at Las Brisas, authentic Mexican restaurant in Malden.
Well, we're back with a minute 42 go in this half. Minute 42, I'm sorry. And
We tried to pick up some scores here from some of the other playoff games, and it sounded like Cape Central's leading pretty much in their playoff, but I don't know. Couldn't pick up the others yet. 21-0, Cape Central's leading. So it sounds like Southeast Missouri is doing pretty good in that. Malden here is going ready to go for two. If they get it, it'll make this a 30-0 with a minute 42 left in the first half. Yeah. So he's under center. His ball snapped, handed off. Oh, and he met by a crowd of Cardinal Ritter Lions. So he failed on that one, but Waves still lead 28-0. Minute 42 left in the first half.
got a text from our sister, Joe. She's over to our other sister, Luz. They're watching by internet. Certainly appreciate those two ladies. I suspect Tom's over there too. If he's not, he should be.
Well, wake him up and tell him it's a good game. It's an exciting game. Also got a text here from Tweet.
Okay, what is it? Watching the Big Green Machine from Cincinnati, Ohio.
All right.
Green Wave, class of 79. That is Laurie Ford Duello. Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate that. Ronnie Peck, Jennifer, and Madison are watching via phone from the Deer Woods, enjoying the broadcast. Thank you, Ronnie. We appreciate that.
Well, thankful for iPhones and iPads in the Deerwood. Never thought about that.
That's exactly right. Well, it looks like they got it at about their 45-yard line. Pretty nice return for the Lions. 1:35 to go in the first half. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, Malden Football Boosters. And we got Rick Allen, Jimmy James, Las Brisas. Thank you very much. Without you and Richie Jones for what he does to help the broadcast. Nothing, the Lions would sure like to get on the board before the end of this half. They've been shut down.
Yeah, they get that. They go all the way down the field that they did and get on the 1-yard line and fumble it.
Nice pass, and looks like it may be a
like
fumble.
It may another fumble.
And looked like the Green Wave might have come up with it. A lot of cheering on the Green Wave sideline, and I believe the Green Wave forced a fumble on that hit and recovered.
Boy, that line's excited
They
over there.
sure are.
The Malden cheerleaders are doing their thing on the other side, and that crowd is really behind them.
Hello, Jason Dill and his daughter Kaysen listening and watching back in Malden. It's good to hear you that everyone back there is enjoying the broadcast. We know we make a lot of mistakes, or I'll say I make a lot of mistakes, but it's certainly fun to bring this.
Well, I tell you what, Tommy, I'm glad we can film this and show it live and stream it. And we really appreciate and can't thank Tyler Wagner and YHC TV enough.
exactly
We really
right.
appreciate everything they do for sports in Southeast Missouri.
Riley back to pass. He has a man open, and it's caught by
Draymond
Draymond
Robinson, and I believe
as
he's
going
in.
to take it to the house. Touchdown. Greenway. What a nice pass. And after Draymond got that ball, he knew what to do with it.
Yeah, he headed to the home, didn't he? He grabbed that football and said, "I'm going to the barn."
That's
And
right.
away he went.
Oh, I tell you what, this Malden offense is on fire.
Tommy,
And-
we had a horse kind of that way one time, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was a smooth riding horse as long as you was going away from a barn. Before you turn that dude around, he looked like Demond Rissa.
Yeah. Wasn't too
Robinson.
smooth then.
Yeah. Said, "I'm going home."
34-0. The Greenway will be going for 2 with 1:19 to go in the ball game.
Boy, that was a quick score.
It was. Forced a turnover. That good defense of the Greenway forced that turnover. That offense just took it to the house.
They took possession with a minute 42, and they scored a touchdown, and it is still left a minute 19. So
Sure.
it didn't take them long.
Riley's going for 2. He backs up. They fake. Now he's throwing. And we got Parker McCormick, and he's out of the,
Little bit out of
the
bounds.
end zone. Parker caught the ball, but it was just a little overthrown. Nice try, Chapin and Parker. Steve Rackley watching the game. Steve, Jennifer, and Emma Rackley. Thank you very much, Steve and family. We appreciate that. People could sit home and sit there and really enjoy it from the comforts of their home, thanks to Tyler Wagner and Channel 21. But we're going to, we'll, you know, the way the Marlins been playing, they still have time to force another tumble or fumble and score.
Yeah, the way they did on that last one, it didn't take them very long to score that touchdown.
Harry Blackwell in Malden has one of the area's best selection of new and used cars, Buick, GMC, Chevrolet, and stock. They also have lots of amazing inventory on their used car lot. You can shop from the comforts of your home with harryblackwell.com. As Cardinal Ritter breaks it, looked like they may go into the end
McLemore is
zone.
headed home.
One man to beat. The Green Wave closing and force him out of bounds, but not before he gets the ball deep in the Green Wave territory.
I tell you what, that young man can move. Now, he's fast.
Sure is. We want to say, join the Harry Blackwell family. You'll be glad you did. If you're looking for a car, go out there, see some of those salesmen. They're very good to help you any way they can. And their service department, beyond reproach.
And, you know, some of these guys up here at the Cardinal Ritter, they had told us about the speed of that McLemore.
Yeah,
And he
and
just showed it right then. But, of course, you had a couple of guys on Malden that's pretty quick, too.
Oh, that's right. Looks like a minute 7. Cardinal Ritter would like to punch it in here before halftime.
They're down on what, about 10?
I think it's on the 10. As they put a man in motion, they hand off, and he is stopped at the line and brought down by a host of Malden Green Wave defenders.
He may have lost a yard or two.
He may
right there.
have.
The clock is kicking off at last minute in the first half.
Big Cadero Clark brought that runner down. Was Cadero Clark strong? He's a big athlete. There's a lot of strong JaVale Cooper out there. And you know, and there we got
And
D
Tommy, they're
Triplett.
pumped up.
Oh,
Man,
they're
they're pumped up.
Sure are. And, you know, we got 2nd and 10, 30 seconds to go in the half as McLemore back to pass and almost picked off but knocked down by number 30, Nick Thompson.
Nick Thompson slapped that one. He saved a touchdown.
He sure did. Nice defense. It was a nice pass. The guy was open. Nick just got over there and slapped the ball down.
He made a good pass on it, and like you say, had his man wide open. But Nick was just a little too quick getting over there.
Remember Malden Sears store with their big savings on Sealy Posturepedic mattresses.
So Cardinal Ritter is 3rd and 10. With 24 seconds left.
Pass. Gotta be a hold, but they're not going to say anything.
No
Ball
flag.
now. It's ball. They've got him hemmed up back there for a big loss. Nice block, and anyway, I'm not going to say anything about the hold leading 34-0. But
yeah.
Anyway,
They finally run him out of bounds with 7 seconds left in the first half.
And I want to remind you that
Yeah.
the Sears store in Malden will be open Thanksgiving night from 7 to 11. And they will be open Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Scott and Annette McMillan. Very good people. Speaking of Scott, he's the head of the service department out at Blackwell. You know, so stop down there, buy something, Scott. You got to have your car worked on. Take it down to Harry Blackwell.
I tell you that Harry Blackwell's got some inventory.
He does.
I stopped down there the other day and was visiting with old Jimmy James. Well, man, they've got a lot of inventory down there. They got some good deals.
Yes, they do. And they'll treat you right. They're easy to deal with. Help you all any way they can.
You bet they will. Well, timeout on Cardinal Ritter.
So they got 7 seconds to go, probably about one more play, and they would sure like to score before halftime. Cardinal Ritter's coach keeping over there talking quite a bit, but, you know, I know he understands it. You know, this Malden team's just a good bunch.
Yes, they are. Man, they're a balanced team.
Yes, they are. They really.
You know, it's a fun to watch a high school team that's that good on both sides of the ball.
That's exactly
Usually
right.
one side's a little weak, but this team is strong. Oh, he's going long. Oh, and somebody broke it up. 1.1 seconds left on an incomplete pass. Malden will take over the ball.
And I think Malden may just take a knee, let it run out, but you never know about this Greenway team.
Yeah, they may try to run.
They can send
Break a
somebody
man,
down the sideline.
yeah. Break a man down the field, go for a long pass. You don't have anything to lose.
No. You know, they're not ready, as Donnie Jenkins always says, they're not ready to put them in the both balls yet, so they're going to try to get as many points as they can. And we're going to have 1.1, Greenway up 34-0, and Greenway that's going to do it for the end of the first half. 34 Greenway, 0 for the Lions of Carter Ritter. And we want to say Steve Stafford, class of 89, and Heather Thornsborough, class of 90, watching online in Orlando, Florida. So we thank you very much for letting us know that you're tuned in. Appreciate it very much. But
Hope you're enjoying the game.
And we'll be back with second half action. Greenway 34-0 over Cardinal Ritter. We'll be back after this.
Always on the go? Take the best in TV entertainment with you with New Wave to Go. Now you can enjoy your home television service everywhere, anytime on your laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Watch your favorite channels and sporting events live via the internet. Even access your home DVR to enjoy your recorded shows and movies or to set up future recordings. Prices start at just $12.99 a month. So call us today and ask about New Wave to Go. Another innovative service brought to you by New Wave, your local communications experts.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply N-Zone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
Stop by and visit the new Las Brisas restaurant on Business 25 in Malden. They've expanded to provide you with the most authentic Mexican experience. Try their daily lunch specials. You won't beat these prices. $4.99 fajita special on Tuesday, $2.99 Speedy Gonzalez on Wednesday, and $4.99 chimichanga special on Friday. Dine in or carry out at Las Brisas, authentic Mexican restaurant in Malden.
Well, welcome back to Cardinal Ritter, where the Greenway lead the Lions 34-0 here at halftime on a very cold night, and we just have a few stats for the Greenway. That's all.
About the only thing I've got, Tommy, is the rushing stats. Draymond has 78, and Nick has 60. Jeremy Jones 45, and is that Cortez?
Cortez, yeah.
Cortez 27. Now, don't have any of their passing yardage, so we wasn't able to get that. But Malden has really mixed it up, done well running, and picked up a lot of yardage in the air. So, like you say, leading here 34-0 in this first half, getting ready to start second half. So, on like cold Friday night.
Sure is.
But it's been a exciting game, more so than what the score shows. Cardinal Ritter a couple times has broke loose and run for some pretty good yards, and they do have a couple boys on this team that can move. Now that McLemore and Moore, McLemore made a very long run and just come up short of a touchdown right before the end of the first half, and Nick Thompson had something to do with that.
Exactly
but anyway, it's been a good game.
We this morning when I got up and on the Facebook, we had one of our assistant coaches, Paul Arnold, had a thing on there. Just he wanted to compliment the team, and I thought this was worth reading. It just says it all about the Greenway team. It said, I remember Coach Blaylock and I on Monday night 4 years ago saying, if this group stays together, they're going to do something special. They did, and they have. There's no way a team can be any closer from the coaching staff on down the line. We have a job to do, and we trust each other to get it done. Coach Dwight demands a lot of work out of his kids. They demand a lot of work out of him. Not one single football player from 8th grade to the senior had one single F at any given time during the season and the fourth quarter of last year. All but just a handful of these football players have 100% attendance. Being successful is so much more than X's and O's. It is a way of life in the weight room, the classroom, locker room, at home, and on the field. The success of this team up until the point was not determined on Friday night. It was determined in the hot part of June and July for the last 4 years. I am sure the players didn't have much sleep last night, looking forward to taking the Boot Hill District 1 to the big city. I'm proud of these kids and the guys I coach with. Thanks to the wives, the mothers that put up with us. Proud of our school, our community. They do so much for these kids. Proud of the school, from the administration, the maintenance, and cooks. All go beyond to help out. Coach Paul Arnold.
Man, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. Kind of says it all.
That kind of says what can you add to that?
That's right.
This is a good group of kids. We watched these kids, myself, more in basketball through the last few years, from junior high all the way through. But they really seem to be a close-knit. They're for one another. And that's what you see out here on this football team. It's not me, buddy, it's the team. You talk to any of them, and they'll tell you that. You talk to Robinson, you talk to Cortez, you talk to Jones, and they'll say, well, the line did this.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for the line, I couldn't do this. And that's what it takes. It's a team. You got a coach that you can't say enough about. You've got a coach that's took the individualism away from this team and built a team out of it, and you've got a team that wants to play together as a unit,
right.
and they do, and you can see the success of it.
That's exactly right. And again, we want to thank the Malden football boosters for helping bring this broadcast. The boosters would like to thank all the sponsors who have donated their time and contribution to make the Greenway experience the one they will never forget. And we appreciate that. I know the players appreciate that. Thanks to Jimmy James. Thanks to Los Breezes. Thanks to Rick Allen. Thanks to Blackwell Motors. And thanks for the Sears, store, Scott McMillan. Appreciate that very much. It's just a pleasure. And thanks to Richie Jones for what he's done. And
yeah, because we wouldn't be doing this if he hadn't helped out
for
on the
Richie,
wiring and so forth. And Tommy, for the people listening at home, Lamar is leading Stratford at halftime to 20-3.
Yeah, it's another thing. We got a text. Well, we'll get to it in just a minute. Chapin Riley shakes it off his foot, and it's taken, but the up man is brought down. Jenny Herbst, District 1 Commissioner, wishes all the players from the area good luck. Jeannie just must need her eyes checked. She said she was class of 99. She got that first 9 mixed up. That should have been a 6.
Yeah.
Because I know Jeannie graduated the same year as I did in 69. But good try, Jeannie.
Yeah. And she probably not going to appreciate you turning that around and correcting that
Probably
for her.
not, but
She probably just soon left it like it was.
That's right. I want to say hello to the Shannons in Tennessee. Friends of Ronnie Reeves are listening in. Appreciate that very much. As
Tommy,
Cardinal Ritter takes it, they hand it off, try to run up. Cortez Dobbins meets the ball carrier along with a host of other Greenway's Big D triplet in on the tackle along with Nick Thompson.
That kick there could have been terrible.
Yes.
But Malden got out on that, covered it quick, and prevented the run back.
Yeah, if you would, they could have picked up some good yardage on that. I think the total yardage that time, I can't remember what Miss Ann Matthews told us, but it was unreal, the total yardage for the Greenway versus the Lions.
Well, it was pretty much one-sided.
Yeah.
And we say that. We don't mean to put anyone down, but this Greenway's just done a heck of it.
McLemore was going to roll back the pass, and big Cordell Clark, KC, brought him down for a big loss. It's all these big players like KC and people like that. They're big. Boy, they're quick.
You hear about all the boys that makes the run, scores the touchdown, gets the pass, but those big guys that's keeping that other team from scoring, that's just as important too.
They're the ones to make sure that zero's still on that scoreboard right now.
You bet.
And we want to say thanks to all the Malden fans that made the trip up here tonight. And if you could just sit here and look over there and see them all, it's really a pleasure to see all these adults and students that support this Malden program.
Tommy, I understand that we have some fans down in the Nashville area that
Somebody said we did.
They were some of the Malden Greenway basketball fans and followed that basketball team quite a bit, and understand now they're gathered around the computer down there in Nashville watching this Greenway football team play.
That's great. As Cardinal Ritter is 3rd and 9, and he's back to pass. He's got a man open. Perkins back there, and puts a hand up, and I believe he might have got a hand on that knock it away.
I believe he touched that football. If he didn't, he had his hand in his face and he couldn't see it.
If that was Perkins or Parker McCormick, both of them were back there. Parker McCormick's had a good year. Parker has had a lot of injuries throughout the year. This year he's been able to play really big. He contributes a lot. We appreciate Parker.
It's another one of those behind-the-scenes players.
That's exactly right. Does things a lot of times don't show up in the book. And it looks like the Lions will kick it away. And we got a flag on the play and a nice boot. Jeremy Jones lets it roll, takes a good Ritter bounce, and it comes to rest back on about the 15-yard line. But the flag back here, we'll see what it's all about.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Procedure against Cardinal Ritter.
Cardinal Ritter. So I just figured they'll probably kick that over.
Yeah, because that took a pretty good roll,
Sure
pretty good
did.
Cardinal Ritter roll.
Yeah, I think they're going to re-kick this. 34-0 at 10 minutes in the third quarter. And again, we want to thank all the sponsors that made this possible. Thanks to Richie Jones. And Jimmy James, Rick Allen, Grandpa to be.
Rick Allen's life's getting ready to take a big change.
Really, I told him the other day, I said, I can tell you how it is. Rick and I graduated the same year, too. I can tell you how it is to have a granddaughter.
Yeah. And I can tell you what it's like to have a grandson. So
Yeah, you can.
anything he needs to know, if he'll call us, we can fill him
We
in.
can help him out, can't we?
Yeah. Whatever, Rick, it's just the greatest thing that ever happened.
They fake the punt, and they take it, and he breaks around, and he breaks a couple tackles, but he's brought down.
Oh, he come up short.
He come up a little bit short, but it was a good try. And I believe that was number 60 and number 66 for the Greenway. And we want to get these boys' number here at 66 is Andrew Collier and Terrell Ball. See old Nate Patillo out there tonight's done a fine job also. Hey, Richard, his dad was here tonight. I was talking to him, his grandfather down there earlier.
You know, Andrew Collier's another. Played a little football at Dexter.
Uh-huh.
And then he wound up moving down to Malden, got in that program, got in that workout program, built himself up, and he's just turned into a heck of a football player.
Contribute as Chapin Riley under center. And he fakes it, gives it to Draymond. Draymond brings it around, breaks a tackle, got one man to beat, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds close, about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, just stepped out of bounds there. Boy, that was close to another touchdown.
Sure was. This Draymond's just a pleasure to watch.
He heads to that end zone, boy. He's hard to stop.
He sure does. Yeah, there's the Greenway's down knocking on the door once again to try to get in to extend this lead. Thank you, buddy. Robinson takes it up and gets close to.
Boy, he's got to be close.
Got to be about 2-yard line.
Yeah, just kind of a heavy one.
Sure was. Second and goal at 9:30 to go in the third quarter. Greenway up big, 34-0. And at this time, did you say Lamar was 20-3?
3
3
at half. I noticed Cardinal Ritter's Lions mascot just hit the field, so
yeah, he did.
Hope that doesn't change things too much.
No, I hope not. And
Robinson
takes it in, touchdown, Greenway.
40-0. The Green Wave takes the lead over the Cardinal Ritter Lions.
You know, that's at the offensive line just opened that hole up, and Draymond was through there, and no problem. So I call him Chip a lot of time, but boy, he's a fantastic little football player.
Well, you could see from where we stand. I'm not sure I couldn't have run that one in there.
Well, I think so.
Boy, that line had a hole. You just kept looking, thinking this is not right.
Malden's going to kick for the extra point this time, and it hits the upright. Good, and falls through. Greenway up 41-0.
That's when it's going your way.
It really is. That's exactly right.
That's when it's going your way.
So we will 41-0 with 9:02 to go. And again, we want to thank to the Malden Sears store. Remember, Sears had that big Sealy Posturepedic mattress sale, 50 to 60% off, and they got some hot buys on their appliances. And they're going to be open Thanksgiving night from 7 to 11. You can have your Thanksgiving meal. You can go out and get some good buys at the Sears store. And the following day, they'll be open 12 hours, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Shop your hometown Sears store. Appreciate that very much, Scott and Anita. Annette. I keep calling her
Yeah.
Annette. She's going to tell me about that,
Yeah.
too, when she sees
She'll
me.
tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
she'll remind you.
but she's a fine lady.
Well, next time you see her, just say, "Hi, Anita. How you
That's
doing?"
what I'm going to do. She's going to say, no, not Anita, Tony. Annette.
That's right.
Sometimes I forget my own name. As Riley puts a foot in it, gets a nice kick. He's taking they bring it out. Nice up the middle, nice run. And he gets it out, what, about the 45-yard line?
Yeah, I tell you what, Moore made a good return there on that one.
He sure did. We got Harry Blackwell in Malden. We certainly appreciate him coming on board. Harry Blackwell has one of the area's best selection of new Chevrolets, Buick, and GMC vehicles in stock. They also have an amazing used car inventory. You can shop from the comforts of your home with HarryBlackwellChevrolet.com. Join the Harry Blackwell family. You'll be glad you did. Well, we're going to have Cardinal Ritter. They're going to come around pretty good field position as McLemore might pass. He's got a man down here. And they got Shane Perkins.
We got an
back and picks it
interception.
off, and Perkins brings it around, and he has pretty clear running. He's going to pick up some good yards as he takes it across the field, and he's surrounded by the lines and brought down. Good interception by Shane Perkins.
He brings her back about the 42-yard line, so Malden's going to take over there with another good field position.
You know, I got a friend down at Clarkton by the name of Gloria.
Uh-huh.
She just texted. She told me the other day, said, I don't have New Way. I always want to get it. She said, I'm going to. She said, I'm listening on my iPhone. Thank you, Gloria. We certainly appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate everybody listening in.
I still owe her some chili.
Uh-oh.
Because I told her how I could make chili, and she said, bring me some of it. And that's been 3 weeks ago, so I know when I see her, she's going to have a few things
Now,
to
you
say, too.
don't use that championship chili recipe that we found out about?
No, not just for everybody. For her, I will.
Oh, I understand. You know, there's not a lot of people know that we were chili judges.
That's right.
That we, I even told some people the other day that I'd had experience judging a chili cook-off because they was getting ready to have some barbecue cook-off.
Uh-huh.
And I said, you know, not a lot of difference. Both of them's kind of spicy, but they didn't fall for that. They let me judge that.
Yeah, some people don't have a sense of humor.
Well, I'd have been glad to help them out, you know. But anyway,
We just
maybe
had a
next
big
time.
penalty on the Greenway. They marked off 15 yards. I didn't see what happened, but
Well, I thought if we'd talk about chili and barbecue, we'd miss that penalty.
yeah, but I think a lot of them up here might have missed it, but them guys in them striped shirts did not.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
But anyway, that's real good field position as the Lions are marching toward the end zone as they hand it off, and he's brought down about the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he.
No, he's still going to have a long way to go.
That's
No.
gonna-
Yeah, 2nd and 10. I thought he'd lost some yards, but he didn't.
Robert Ison just texted me and said, by the way, you can also get Dodge and Ford from Harry Blackwell a little farther out through there. And I don't know why Robert would say that because he bought that new Dodge truck. And Robert said Blackwell really gave him a good deal.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. That's a good thing about that Blackwell family at Harry Blackwell. They can get you about any kind of car you want.
That's right.
And they'll be willing to work with you. Just go in there and tell some of them guys what you're looking for, and they'll find it.
That's exactly right. And there's a handoff up the middle. Looked like he might have gained a couple of yards. I don't think he picked up the first down, but from here I really can't tell.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
When they say Riley tackled in the backfield. Let's go back to talking about chili again. You know?
Yeah, Riley. And we want to say the shout out to Gloria's granddaughter. She has twin, Jada and Jana. And I probably mispronounced that. I'm very sorry. Sharad's her last name.
Well,
Appreciate
you missed
them.
Anita.
Well, might as well just miss everybody
Yeah.
else too. And,
Yeah.
But
You missed one. You can't be partial.
I could do like that Coach Heeb does out Clarkton. He just calls them twins. Riley back to pass. He has a man open. He hits
He hit him.
Robinson. And he goes down the sideline in front of the Malden crew.
Tommy,
They
he
got a
may
guy
be
got an
in
angle.
there. I believe
He got one man to beat. He not stiff arms him. Takes it end zone. Touchdown, Draymaine Robinson.
Can you believe that?
They had him a couple times back here, and Robinson just kept on.
How
Draymond
in
is
the
just
world?
hard to get down.
How in the world? He just kept going down that sideline. How he managed to get to that end zone, but you can't stop him.
No, First of the game, Draymond struggled a little bit. He was couldn't get anything going, but we knew that you're not going to keep him down.
So with 4:19 left in the third quarter, Green Wave leaving 47-0.
And they got the clock running. Going to have
got a flag down against the Green Wave, but Tommy, I don't know what it is.
I don't either. That may bring it back. That may nullify that touchdown.
He's getting ready to signal. Well, I never did see what it was.
I didn't either. Counted the touchdown?
Touchdown counted, but the point after will come.
He moved
it
it
back
back
a penalty
on
on it.
Clock running in the third by the Green Wave up 47-0. This second half's going to go in a hurry.
Yeah, it'll run down with that clock running.
Riley under center. He backs to back, fakes the handoff, pass, two-point conversion. No good, he says. I thought he had it, but I guess it. Nice try by the Green Wave, and I can't see who that is. Is that Parker McCormick?
I can't tell, Tom.
But anyway, that's the Green Wave, 47-0 at 2:45.
He had it. I don't know what happened. Kind of lost handle on it there for a minute.
I don't know if that was Parker or not. But anyway, we'll be back after this word from some of our sponsors.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
Well, we're back. Green Wave tees it up. 2 minutes to go. There's a kick. Chapin gets his foot into that one. He drops it back there, and he's going to bring it out, and he's going to be brought down by a host of Green Wave, but not before he puts up a pretty good battle.
He kept fighting for every bit of it.
Sure is. Number 32, I believe that's Stanley. Let me make sure. In on a tackle, Stanley gets up and holds his shoulder. That is Brandon Stanley. Brandon Stanley's fine.
Flag on flag. Don't know.
Talking to the Green Wave, so it may be against the Lions.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against Cardinal Ritter. Jeannie Herb said it's not over till the fat lady sings, but she's tuning up. Now, Jeannie, I didn't say that. Man.
Yeah, I'm glad Jeannie said that. Hey, listen, we just got a text from her brother-in-law down there, Joe Swafford down at Camel, said he's listening in, and appreciate you, Joe. You and Linda listening down there, having a good time up here in St. Louis. Got a text a little bit early from old Hunter, and Hunter said he was listening in. So glad to hear that. Glad to have Hunter down at Paragould down there playing a little baseball at for the Pioneers down there. Have all you guys listening in. We appreciate it.
It's going to back up the Lions to about their own 10-yard line to start this drive. It's 1:44 to go in the third quarter as the Green Wave defense, and they're over the officials talking to the Ritter coaches. And once again, we want to say thanks to everybody at Cardinal Ritter for the hospitality, all the things they've done. Thanks to the young people that helped us out here. Thanks to Willie Ash and staff for everything they've done to make this possible. You know, you got to have a combination of a lot of things. You got to have your sponsors, which we have, very good sponsors. You got to have a lot of help to pull this off. And Tyler and did a good job, and we certainly appreciate it, as I know everybody back in Malden appreciates it. There goes Moore. He takes the left side. A pretty good game, but he's chased down.
I'm trying to see who run him down from the back.
No, that's Stanley, isn't it, 32?
Yep, that's number 32.
Brandon Stanley.
He come across there and run him down, and Moore's their speedster. So,
Shell Holloway says that. I was just thinking about Shell. Says, my sister is watching the game and she wants a shout out. Well, you know, anybody that's kin to the Holloways are friends of mine. So
You bet.
So, you know, all the Holloway family, we want to say hello and thanks for listening back in Malden.
He's
And,
pinned
they
in the
gonna throw it
backfield.
for
They
a
got him
loss.
again. They sacked him back.
27-10, Lamar at the third quarter at their game. So it looks like if things stay as they are, it will be the Greenway and Lamar. And I'm not sure if that's going to be next Friday night or next Saturday. You know, check Channel 21. They will have that on there. And it will be at Malden, whichever day it will be.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to make a decision whether it's going to be Friday night or Saturday. But like I say, Tyler will have that on Channel 21 early enough so everybody will know. Yeah, Tommy, they got to him again. They just can't get that Green Wave team seems to really be fired up right now. That defense is getting through that line. I don't know if Cardinal Ritter's getting tired, but that's the end of the third quarter with Green Wave up 47-0 over the Cardinal Ritter Lions. I tell you what, I can't say enough about this Green Wave team. You were talking.
Go ahead. We'll come back after this, after a word from some of our sponsors.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
Stop by and visit the new Las Brisas restaurant on Business 25 in Malden. They've expanded to provide you with the most authentic Mexican experience. Try their daily lunch specials. You won't beat these prices. $4.99 fajita special on Tuesday, $2.99 Speedy Gonzalez on Wednesday, and $4.99 chimichanga special on Friday. Dine in or carry out at Las Brisas, authentic Mexican restaurant in Malden.
Well, we're back at Cardinal Ritter, and we want to say once again to Carol Holloway, thanks for tuning in, Carol. We appreciate it very much, and we're going to get this game over with pretty quick. And it's 11:35 to go in the ball game. Greenway with a pretty good lead, 47-0 over Ritter, and good to see Josh Blaylock and them tonight. And so we'll see you guys. Be careful on the way home. And anyway.
Well, Tommy, this fourth quarter will run out pretty fast, that clock running. And, you know, we want to say this Cardinal Ritter, this whole school and the faculty, and it's an impressive place to come by and take it. They do really an excellent job with these students here. And we commend them for it. And they've shown some good sportsmanship. We have another text here.
Elena Horton says, watching the football game on the live stream. Let's go Greenway. Certainly appreciate that very much. Greenway got this game pretty much in hand at 11:13 to go, leading 47-0.
Those Greenway fans on the other side, they're getting pretty excited over there now. Sure. They can taste this another victory. Getting ready for Lamar.
Getting ready for that semifinals.
Yep.
And Lamar looks like they're going to kick it away, and the Greenway rush almost get a hand on it, but he gets off a pretty nice booming kick. Boy, really got his foot into that one. And it comes to rest about the Greenway 30-yard line. So
took a pretty good Greenway. Sure. That thing could have gone either direction.
Sure could have.
Kind of hit and kicked back just a little. So, like I say, they'll be taking over at about the 30-yard line.
Let's hit these sponsors one more time. We've got Malden Sears, Jimmy James, Rick's Hair World, Las Brisas Restaurant. We certainly appreciate all you all, Richie Jones, all you done, the Malden football boosters, and we Blackwell Motors, Harry Blackwell Chevrolet, Buick GMC. Thank you very much for all you do. And so Cardinal Ritter will end their season at 6-7, and as Chapin Riley gets it, we're going to have a flag on the play. There's a whistle that stops play for some reason. We'll see. I don't see a flag, but
What did
I really don't know what that was, but
was it something with equipment that they
I
called?
believe that's right. I think that's exactly
Yeah.
right.
You know, you was talking about Los Brises a while ago. If anybody's got a birthday coming up, go down there and visit Los Brises. Those guys down there know how to celebrate.
Yes, they do.
They'll wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah. They will play a little music, too.
Yeah, they will. Yes, they will.
I don't know what it is, but
Well, okay, Green Wave's getting that. Yeah.
now Chapin Riley brings the Greenway up. He's going to operate out of the shotgun. He puts Jeremy Jones in motion, but they hand off to
Robinson.
Draymond Robinson.
You know, Robinson just run all over the field, but he picked up about 5 or 6 yards there, and then you could tell he was frustrated with himself. He likes to pick up about 25 every run.
Yeah, if he don't get 25 or take it to the house, he don't think it's very productive. Again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in, for giving us the texts, the tweets, the calls. Thank you very much. We're glad to do this. Who would have thought a few years ago that you could be bringing a football game from St. Louis back to the Boot Heel of Missouri?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Sure is.
And people can sit in the deer woods and watch it.
Exactly right. The Reeves guy's sitting up there. There's a handoff up the middle, and I believe that's Nick Thompson picked up the first down, and then he's wrestled to the ground.
I tell you, he just bulled his way through there.
He really did. Got my great nephews up here with me tonight. It's always a pleasure to see them. Always thought a lot of their dad, and these boys coming along. They're going to be good young men, and we certainly appreciate them being in here with us. Pretty good cats.
Yeah, they are. They'll keep you on your toes.
Yeah, they keep you young. Yeah, Chapin Riley's going to operate out of center. He got D Triplett in the backfield this time, along with Robinson. Now they hand it to. Oh, that's big Nick Thompson. He breaks a tackle in it. He broke another one, and he carried about one with him down to close to the 10-yard line. This Nick Thompson's hard to bring down.
That was an exciting run. I mean, he kept going with guys hanging on his back, grabbing him around the legs. He just kept moving forward. He was headed for home, wasn't he?
He sure was. And this game will be shown, rebroadcast, tomorrow at noon and Sunday at 4 o'clock. So you tell all your friends if they missed it, they can watch it. And we know that the fans over across the way can't hear that, but they will. We really hope everybody has a safe trip back home to Malden.
Yes, that's the main thing. And we're glad that this team, we had one young man from Cardinal Ritter that they thought may have had a concussion, but it's been almost an injury-free
sure
game.
has.
It's been a hard-hitting game on both sides. So
We're going to have a fumble on the Greenway, and the Lions pick it up, and that's unusual to see a Malden Greenway. Draymond Robinson fumbled a couple games ago, and he and I were out having lunch one day, and that night Draymond gained 222 yards and had 5 touchdowns, and he was telling me, he said, man, Coach didn't say anything about that, but boy, did he ever rip me about that fumble.
all Coach remembered was the fumble.
Right.
He didn't remember 228 yards.
But, that's what a good coach does.
Exactly. Congratulate them on what they do right, but correct them on what they do wrong.
6:50 to go in the ball game, and it looks like the Greenway will advance to the state semifinals next Friday or Saturday. We do not know. Check in with Channel 21. Tyler will have it just as soon as the decision is made. And we'll be playing a very good team in Lamar. Lamar's been the state champion for several years, but I'm going to tell you what, Malden's got a nice team too.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
And we got to play them. So, hey, bring them on. Let's play.
That's the only way we're going to decide.
Exactly right.
I tell you, these Malden teams worked hard now for about 5 years to get to this point, and they deserve everything they get.
Quarterback had a man open, threw it over his head out here for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, hey, that man was wide
Yeah, he
open.
was. He sure was.
He could have picked up a few yards there.
That's going to bring 3rd and 5. Clock running at 5:57. So it's been a nice game. The game went by pretty quick. Not a lot of penalties in the game. Clock has run the last half with Malden leading 47-0. But, you know, the Ritter team has not give up.
No, they haven't. They're still trying to score, and you got to respect him for that.
That's exactly right. And looks like Malden has some junior varsity players in there. I can't pick them up right now. Like I say, we're sitting here pretty good ways from the field.
But I know a lot of his starters are not in there.
That's exactly right. Nice pass to the outside and a nice reception, and brings it out about the 30-yard line before he's taken out of bounds by D. Triplett.
I believe he did get the first down.
I believe he did too. Saw Dee's mother out here earlier tonight. She is a twin. She's one of those Kilgore twins.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I asked her where her sister was, and this is kind of people they are. They're very good people. She said, she's a church. She said,
Well,
and you got to respect that.
You got to respect that. Yep. Hats off to that. Could be why some of these young men are as well disciplined as they are.
That's exactly right. Boy, that getting down close to that 4-minute mark.
Yep. I tell you, when that clock doesn't stop, it gets away in a hurry.
It sure does. There's
Really
a
give
nice
it away to
run. He takes
McLemore.
around the left side, and he cuts it back to the right. He may go to the end zone, but we got Parker McCormick cutting across and runs him out. No, that's number 7. I thought it was number 2, but that's
No,
number
it's
7.
McLemore, I believe.
I mean, for the Greenway.
Oh, for the Greenway. Yeah.
And very nice run by Moore. And I can't find the Greenway sheet. I want to see who that young man is. I know, but I can't think of it. That was Broderick Annister. So Broderick did a nice job of getting the angle there to run the player out of bounds because Moore was headed to the end zone.
And I know they've been waiting all this game for that young man to get away, to get loose and make a long run, and he just made it.
He sure did. 3:43 to go. As McLemore's back, he has a man open, and nice defense by the Greenway, and I think that is that number 4?
That's number 4. That's Krigler. He's a sophomore, so he's got his younger players in there getting some postseason playoff time.
We got Tim Harmon, athletic director at Malden's, listening. Thanks, Tim. He says a good job and a good game, and thanks, Tim, very much. Serenity Headley, let's go Greenway with the Harden family. Thank you very much. Appreciate people text and tweet. You know, there's a lot more people listening to these games than you think. It's really good. There's a handoff to number 7. He takes it up the middle, bounces it out to the left, and he's met and taken down by number 21.
There's a flag over there. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Logan Freeman brought the runner down. We're going to have.
I believe it's holding against
the wave.
Yeah. So that'll move them pretty close to the goal line.
Once again, we're getting down close to the 2-minute mark. We want to thank Cardinal Ritter for all their hospitality, and we wish them a lot of luck. You know, they've got basketball season coming up, and they always put a very good team on the floor.
And we wish Coach Neal up here a lot of success. He's a good coach, does a good job with these young men. Got a lot of winning record up here, and got to see him this afternoon. Yeah. You know, we got to visit with him a little bit. Good man. Does a good job with them kids.
A lot of respected coach anywhere, Coach Neal.
Yeah.
He's had some athletes come through here.
Oh, man.
Several pro players.
You know, he tried to retire a few years back, and they called him back, and he's continued the old tradition that he had before.
And Cardinal Ritter rush back. McLemore looks down, got a man, throwed up. Krigler broke it up, and nice defensive play by Krigler. That was in there.
That was in there. Now, that was a good pass right in his hand. Krigler just happened to get up in time and get a hand up in his face.
27-17, Lamar. I don't know if that's the fourth quarter or what, but thanks to Robert Eisen down Malden for keeping us abreast of that score.
Well, Stratford is
they're coming back a little bit. You know, they probably got a team. If they could get that ball a couple times, they could make a game out of this.
Yeah.
And Robert, if you know when that game is going to be played, will you text me that information? And West looks around, got a man, nice pass, and he's going to be
I believe
touchdown, the Cardinal Ritter
yeah.
Lions.
Cardinal Ritter scores for the first time tonight with 1:40 seconds left. They finally get the ball into the end zone.
You know, and I'm not taking anything away from Ritter whatsoever. I'm proud for the young men to score, but they scored on Malden's junior varsity.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
And
they just couldn't get against. They just couldn't play against that varsity team.
But I'm glad they scored for their home fans, even though they only have like 10. I'm glad they did.
You know, that is surprising. Oh,
2-point conversion, no good.
And that was the quarterback did his job. He
Sure
put
did.
that ball right in that young man's hand. Wasn't a soul around him. He just dropped it.
Sure did. And there's a clock running at the minute mark. Oh, they've shut it off. It's 1 minute to go, 47-6.
Well, Tommy, I'm glad we got to do this. Like I say, I really appreciate everything everybody's done. Appreciate Tyler and Wagner and Channel 21 down there for putting this together, giving us an opportunity to come up here and televise this game and everything that everybody's done. It's been fun.
Oh, it sure has. And I want to forget, I think I left this guy a while ago, Richie Jones. Thanks, Richie, for what you've done to help us out because we had to bring that cord a long ways.
Yes, we did.
And without that, this wouldn't have been possible. Thanks, Richie.
And there was a time there that we began to wonder, is this going to be able to be possible or not? But Tyler came up with some ideas on how we could do it, and with the cooperation of some Cardinal Ritter staff up here, we made it work.
You know, they could have just as easily said, we're not going to call any IT people in to work.
Yeah.
But what they do, they call it the dean. I suppose that's the same as our superintendent. Said, that's high priority. We need you here. And they got there.
Yep.
They put a little punch kick there, but D Triplet got under it and got it for the Greenways. And the clock's running 50 seconds to go. The Greenway will get one more play off, and that'll be the ball game. And we'll get out of here and head back to the boot heel of Missouri with this victory, and our Greenway headed to the semifinals of Class 2 in the state of Missouri.
We started looking forward to this next game, like I say, either Friday night or Saturday, one or the other, whichever it's played. Looking forward to it.
Sure, that's going to be great. And I think surely maybe Malden will take a knee. They've got their freshman quarterback in there, Ben Owens, and Ben takes a knee. That's the ball game. Malden Greenway 47, the Cardinal Ritter Lions 6. Congratulations to a good season by by Ritter. Congratulations to the Malden Greenway. Leave here 13-0 for that long ride home. It just makes it sweeter.
Oh yeah, it's a smooth ride home when you win like that. So, but then again, Tommy, I've enjoyed it.
I have too.
Glad we
Always
could do
do. And we hope, as we say, you know, people across the way cannot hear us, but we wish them safe trip home. Everybody be careful. We wish our bus to get our students back safely, and I think they will. Thanks for the hard work from the coaching staff and the Greenway.
Yeah.
And it's just been a pleasure. And so we'll get out of here. And
thank you all very much.
We'll get out of here.
Congratulations, Cardinal Ritter. We've enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And everybody's been helpful. A lot of their staff's leaving here, and we told us congratulations. We certainly appreciate that. And so listen. For Tommy Jacobs
and Clyde Jacobs, we thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next Saturday or Friday, one or the other.
And Ken says,
and
everybody
Ken
have
says,
a good weekend.
Everybody have a good, safe weekend.
And listen, before we get off here, Sunday, there's a lot of churches in Malden and the surrounding area that have some empty pews. Everybody needs to go out there and
fill them up.
And fill them up. And listen, anybody sees any of these young people out, if you don't come to the game, at least tell them you appreciate.
Yeah, go by those sponsors.
That's
Thank
right.
those sponsors too.
You bet.
Yeah.
Listen, good night, everyone, and we'll see you down the road.